Welcome to another video from Robotic Mower Services. In this video, we're going to discuss a whole lot of stuff about drive wheels for the Husqvarna Automowers and what's out there, some of the changes that have been made through the years, just all the different options and the different colors and what fits what. And it's going to be a lot that you guys are going to be able to take in, and at the end, we might even be able to give you a couple tips to save you some money when it's time to replace the drive wheels on your Automower. So we'll start out here with these three that we have pictured. These are the larger diameter drive wheels. We'll start with this orange one because this is probably the most popular one that you will find in all of North America. This orange one is what comes standard on the back of the 430X, 430XH, 450X, 450XH, and the front of the 435X. Those are five incredibly popular models when you include the high cuts in there. So this is one that might look a little funny to you guys that have those mowers because you're probably used to seeing that gray hubcap over top of it and then that dark gray centerpiece on there and the orange just kind of shining through on there through the spokes on that hubcap. But this is how the wheel comes. It comes solid orange with the black tread around there. On the back, the dust cap snaps onto it when you order a replacement wheel. It is the complete assembly. The wheel and that dust shield on the back already snapped into place there. And we'll talk about that a little bit more here after we get through these other couple wheels. The next one here in the middle, that is your terrain wheel. This is one that would come in a terrain kit. This would be for the 430, 450, 550 and the 520 Automowers and the high cut versions of those Automowers. And this is going to give you some extra traction if you got some hills or some areas where your mower might slip. It has those big lugs on there to help dig in a little bit better. Now on your 550 and 550H, they used to come with the terrain wheels already installed on them, and they're making a change to that, I believe, here at the beginning of 2022. They're going to be coming through with a standard tread wheel. Now, the thing I want to point out, though, is the all-terrain wheels that were on those 550s and 550H from the factory, they did not look like this. They were not black. They were actually gray, like the wheel to the right here. But this black one comes in a terrain kit, like I said, and you can put that gray hubcap over top of it, just like you would do on the orange wheel to dress it up a little bit when you buy the entire kit. It does come with those in there, so that's why you might not be too familiar with this solid black wheel that you're seeing here in the picture. Now the next one is this gray one right here, and it is exactly the same thing as the first one, that orange one, except it's gray, not orange. Same tread, same diameter, basically the same weight. And this is actually what you will find on the back of the 520 and 520H, and what you'll start to see popping up on the 550 and 550H now that they're going away from coming pre-installed with the terrain wheel on there. This is also the drive wheel for the 115H and what you will find on the front of a 535 all-wheel drive. Now, when I started talking about the orange wheel and I mentioned that the back plate comes already assembled on there and it just snaps on, you can see here that the terrain wheel has a back plate that fastens on with 3 screws. Originally, the orange ones were the same way. On the original 430Xs and 450Xs, they came with that plate that was separate, and it used 3 screws to hold it on there. And they eventually went to the style that you see here, where the back plate just snaps on there. And then they went away from offering that back plate separate at all, and the only way to get it is to order the whole wheel, and then it comes with that back plate. Same way for the terrain wheels. You know, even though it has the 3 screws on there and stuff, all of that comes as one assembly. You order the whole wheel, and you get that wheel, you get the back plate already on there. And it is that way with all of these drive wheels that we're going to talk about here, all of the ones for the Automowers in North America. They come that way. You cannot order that back plate separate. You order the wheel, it comes with the wheel and the back plate already installed. Now, we took all three of these large diameter drive wheels and we put them on our postage scales here. You can see that the orange one weighs in at 1 pound, 1.9 ounces. The gray one, we got 1 pound, 2.1 ounces. Not a real big difference there. Then the terrain wheel, slightly more, but still not a huge difference. 1 pound, 2.6 ounces on that one. So all three of these wheels, they're pretty close to the same overall diameter, very close in weight. So really it's just going to come down to a matter of preference between the collar, whether you want the orange and you want to put the hubcap on there and kind of snazz it up a little bit, or you want the solid gray, or you need a terrain wheel for whatever your mower might be facing in its mowing area. Now we'll move on here to the smaller diameter drive wheels for the Husqvarna Automowers. First one here is this gray one, and this is what you'll find on the back of your 310 and your 315 non-X model. You'll also find this on the back of the 535 all-wheel drive. Just a standard tread, just a regular duty drive wheel. The next one here in the middle, this is the orange one that you'll find on the back of the 315X and on the back of the 435X. The orange one and that first gray one here on the left, they're interchangeable. Basically, they have the same tread or the same size, just like you saw with the larger diameter wheels, where the gray one and the orange one were basically the same wheels, just different colors. That's what you're getting here. Now, the next one up on the right here, this is your terrain wheel for the 300 series Automowers. This one has the large knobs on it, just like the larger diameter one that you saw, but this one also has a weight inside of it. This has a nice big metal ring in there to help add some weight to the back of the Automower to help it get even more traction than just adding deeper tread to it. Now, of course, now you're probably wondering how much weight does that big metal ring add to this drive wheel? Well, let's start here first with the regular gray drive wheel for the 300 series mowers. And you can see that one weighs in at 12.2 ounces. Then our orange one, found on the 315X, 12.6 ounces. So not a whole lot of difference there, as we were expecting. Then you come to this terrain wheel, 1 pound, 13.3 ounces. So that's going to add an entire pound to this wheel. You put both of those on there, and you're adding 2 pounds to the back of that 300 series Automower, which was a pretty light unit to begin with. So this could be a big difference maker if you're struggling to get traction anywhere from your 310, your 315, or 315X. But again, you want to make sure that you consider all of the possibilities here before installing one of these terrain kits onto your mower. Again, we want to point out, make sure it's not running around on a hard, solid surface a lot of times, and make sure that you actually can use this and it's going to be beneficial to your Automower rather than just slapping it on there because, well, it looks kind of cool. So now we're at that part of the video where I mentioned earlier that we might be able to help you save a little bit of money when it comes time to replace your drive wheels on your Husqvarna Automower. And what we have here is, this is what you guys would see that have those orange drive wheels on your 430X or 450X or the front of your all-wheel drive Automower. Or if you have the smaller diameter one on your 315X, you would have this where you have, like I said, you have that silverish gray hubcap with the orange peeping through from that orange wheel, and then you have your dark gray center cap on there. If you're looking to save a couple dollars from what we just showed you there, you could, instead of going with that orange wheel again, you could go with the gray one instead. The reason for this is basically the same exact wheel, just gray instead of orange, and for whatever reason, the gray ones cost significantly less. You wouldn't have to run that hubcap on there. You could just put the wheel on there, you put the washer on, the nut on, and then you put the gray center cap on there, just like you see here. Save you some money, you get a brand new wheel for your Automower, and you got a couple bucks to invest in some new blades or maybe some repairs to the front caster wheels now. Really, this is going to come down to a preference of whether you want that orange peeping through the hubcap or you just want something that's going to work. Now, the other thing about it is, Like I said, you don't have to use that hubcap piece on there, so if something happens to that and it gets damaged, one less part you got to replace, right? Now you can also do this with the train wheels. This is a train wheel here with without the hubcap piece on there. You can see it's at kind of that sleek, clean black look. You know, has a bit of a military look to it. It's kind of cool. Some people even run the orange wheels without that on there. They'll just run the dark gray center cap on there. The thing about it is, like I said, you know, it really matters if it really comes down to a matter if you want that orange peeping through on those hubcaps or not. And this is a 450X that we have sitting here that has been out and about and used all year long, and you can see what that looks like. And here's a 315X that has that orange wheel behind that hubcap, but, you know, at the end of the year, you can't even tell it on this one. Especially when you compare that to this. This is on a regular 315 where there was no orange wheel, so you can see that there's not really that big of a difference. So just something to think about there. You know, everybody's always trying to save a few pennies and trying to look for ways to save a couple bucks on the repairs and keep their maintenance costs down. This is one way to do it, and you don't have to beat up your dealer over, hey, you know, can't you give me a better deal on these things? And I saw this guy selling them for this much on this website and blah, blah, blah. You know, here's a way to just go about it and get them. The other thing is also if you can't find those orange wheels for your Automower, or let's say you're looking for the gray ones and you just need wheels. It doesn't matter the cost or what, you just need them to get them on there to get your mower back up and going. If you have the gray ones on yours, you can go with the orange ones. You know, as long as it's the same diameter, you know, you want to put the small ones back on where a small one came off. You want to put a large one back on where a large one came off. So if you stick to that, it gives you some more options. You can price shop. You can kind of dress your own mower up a little bit more, change things around a little bit, and in the process, possibly save yourself a few bucks depending on which way you go. So we hope that was educational for a lot of you guys out there, and you understand the differences between all these different drive wheels that are available for all these mowers here in North America. You might be questioning the new 415X that's coming out in 2022. That will have the same drive wheel, that orange one, as the 315X, that small diameter orange drive wheel. So no worries there. I just wanted to add that to it quick before we finish up here. But any of these parts you're looking for, whether it's the drive wheels, whether it's that silverish gray hubcap, the center caps, you know, individual terrain wheels, we have them available on our website, www.roboticmowerservices.com. If you need any parts, any accessories for your Automowers, check out our website, www.roboticmowerservices.com. If you don't see what you're looking for on there, send us an email, roboticmowerservices@gmail.com. And we'll try to get you hooked up with whatever part it is you're looking for that you can't seem to find. Also, if you're in need of tech support, you have any questions, you can send us an email to that same email address, or you can go into our website and there's a spot on there where if you go into the tech support tab, you can submit your message and send pictures and all that good stuff. And we'll try to help you out and help you get your issue solved with your Automower so you can get it back up and mowing. That's going to do it for this video here. Be sure to subscribe to this channel because you don't want to miss out on any future videos we got coming out like this one here that could possibly save you some money on repair parts, save you some money on your repairs themselves, or help you to actually be able to do the repairs yourself on your mower. So make sure to just take the time and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And that's it. We're out. Thanks for watching.